Welcome back. Amudar Pratap Singh joining us on NewsX. A major development in the CJP protest row after the spokespersons met with JP Nadda and Jitendra Singh at the Constitution Club in Delhi. After a nearly 2-hour meeting with the union ministers, the Cockroach Janata Party has said the government has sought time till tomorrow afternoon to decide on its demand for the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. CJP National spokesperson Ashutosh Ranka has said the government has given an in-principle approval of two key demands: compensation for the families of NEET aspirants who died by suicide and withdrawal of FIRs and legal cases against students. The CJP delegation has said the government responded positively to these demands but has asked for more time on the resignation demand. Let's take a look at the big moves that the government has taken to address the issue of education reforms. So these are the 5 big moves taken by the union government on the issue of education reforms and overhaul of the current system. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, has vowed personally rapid action against exam mafia. That's the first big move of the government. The second big move that the union government has taken on this big issue, if we can go to the next slide, is, of course, the assurance given by the union ministers JP Nadda and Jitendra Singh to Sonam Wangchuk, which led the activist Sonam Wangchuk to end his fast in presence of the union ministers last night at the Medanta hospital. Then, of course, today the union cabinet has cleared a new bill, which of course will be presented in Parliament on Monday. This strengthens the current laws and provisions that deal with examination paper leaks. Then the school education secretary and the higher education secretaries have been changed as well. So the current ones have been shunted out. New secretaries have been brought in. Another big move, big step by the government to overhaul the current system. And finally, fast track courts have been cleared and now they've been set up as well. The Delhi High Court setting up fast track courts to deal with cases of exam leak. Fast trial and fast punishment, now of course even more stringent for accused in such cases. Now let's take our viewers through what the top 3 demands are of the Cockroach Janata Party. So the Cockroach Janata Party that has been protesting till now at Jantar Mantar has now initiated dialogue with the central government as well. There was a first meeting, of course, which took place on Monday. A second meeting took place earlier today. What are the key demands by the CJP representatives made to the government? These are the main demands. So demand number 1 is that they want the education minister of the country, Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. That's the first demand. It's currently pending. The government has said they're looking at it. Number 2 demand of the CJP is 1 crore compensation for the families of the NEET victims. So those who committed suicide, those of course who died as a fallout of this NEET paper leak, they want 1 crore compensation as compensation to be paid to the families of those victims. That demand has been agreed to in principle by the government. That's what our sources tell us. Demand number 3, of course, all FIRs on innocent protesters should be gone. There should be no coercive action taken against students and protesters who've been involved in that protest at Jantar Mantar and around. That is something also that has been assured. It's been given in writing to Sonam Wangchuk. That was one of the main reasons why Wangchuk broke his fast at the Medanta hospital last night. So that key demand number 3 has been agreed to by the government and already given in writing to Sonam Wangchuk. Joining us now on the broadcast is Atul Ranjan for more details on this story. Atul, clearly, of course, now the government going in for a complete examination overhaul, also an education overhaul. Many steps have been taken in this week alone, a lot of them in the last 24 hours. But, of course, out of the key demands that the CJP has put forth, Atul, to the government, what has been accepted, what still remains to be accepted?
Well, yes, CJP has maintained that they have 3 key demands. Number 1 being resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, the education minister. 2 being, providing adequate compensation, which is obviously 1 crore according to CJP, to all the families who have lost their loved ones' kids due to the NEET retest distress. Number 3, being the fact fact that apart from resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan and compensation, also the fact that they want any sort of a police action against protesters being taken back. The FIRs that have been lodged for the March for the Monday protest that should be taken back. Now the government has agreed in principle on the two demands when it comes to CJP's demands. Obviously, the government has, in fact, given in written, according to Wangchuk's wife, Gitanjali, that they won't be acting forward, taking the cases forward against students who have been, accused of committing violence during the march towards parliament, as well as, compensation would be considered to provide to the families who have lost their kids. Now, but the key sticking point obviously remains Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. That is where, this second round of meeting was primarily aimed at. And what we are given to understand, as Saurabh Das also, explained in his CC, that the government has asked for some time on this particular demand. Exact time being, the next midday, that is tomorrow afternoon, is the time that the government has asked for from CJP to get back on this particular demand. And what we are also expecting is that there would be a third round of meeting between JP Nadda, Jitendra Singh, as well as the CJP spokesperson duo who were part of the meeting today as well. So certainly some progress on when it comes to the demand of resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan. Government seems to be at least offering CJP a fact that they will consider, they will have a thought about it at least. Though no commitment as of now, no promises from the government as of now. So it is quite interesting to see how does CJP perceive it. Will they perceive it as a win, as a positive sign for themselves, given the fact that the government was initially, they absolutely refused even to consider this particular demand from CJP.
All right, stay